All right, we're here at the Riverdale 7-on-7, hanging out with Omari Bledsoe, 2026 defensive back. Omari, you got a handful of offers already. Kind of curious, out of those offers, which schools do you kind of hear from the most currently right now?
Right now, I'm currently hearing from the most from West Virginia, and then I would say I'm talking to some schools that haven't offered me yet. But from the ones that have offered me, I would say West Virginia, and West Virginia, and I would say TCU.
Okay.
TCU, West Virginia, TCU, and those two schools I feel like, and Michigan State. My bad. I know I'm, grateful, but Michigan State and West Virginia has showed a lot of love. And once I got the offer, and then once I had a conversation with the coaches and some fans, I just feel like, it could be home. I'm not gonna really say, but I just feel like, they showed a lot of love, and I feel like that's what I'm leaning towards.
Yeah. You mentioned, we'll talk about West Virginia. What do you like about them, just the coaching staff and everything?
So Coach Trey Bell, Coach Bell, the DB coach, I had a great conversation with him over the phone and virtually, I just feel like he's a cool guy to be around. I honestly feel like, he understands me well, and the same and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like once I'm comfortable in the atmosphere, like once I go to one game, I feel like, West Virginia will start bringing me close to home.
Yeah.
And then I have a friend named Amir, I don't know his last name, but
Yeah.
Gene Charles, committed to West Virginia. So I talked to him a little bit, and he was just like, West Virginia's home, and he just, he told me the ups and downs of the recruiting part of it, but he was just talking to me about West Virginia and how, everything falls apart.
Good.
So.
You mentioned Michigan State too. Just talk about them, coach the
State.
staff, your relationship with them, and everything.
Yes, sir. So Michigan State. First of all, I would love to thank the fans, because once I got the offer, just the tweet had blew up, and so once they made the article, everything just started to blow up in one motion. So I just feel like I need to give my thanks to the fans, because they showed a lot of love, and they would love me to have me over there. And so the DB coach is KB, great coach. I understand him well. Like everything he's taught me, and the techniques of being a DB and all that stuff is just it intertwines, and it fits in with my length, because having a 6'5" DB is kind of like, it's like an open door for any college,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
You mentioned TCU as well, and you said that's a school you went to and camped at this summer.
Yes, sir.
Talk about your experience there and everything.
It was, I would say the weather. The weather is very, hot, but, I had to fight through it, and I just feel like, the coaches there, they have taught me, like, every coach I've talked to has taught me a lot, but I feel like they put more, like, how do I say it, like, more, they put, like, more, how do I say, like, more, I don't know, they just taught me a lot about how, like, playing a DB, and, like, they taught me more, like how to move better, how to fluctuate better, how to, move with my acceleration and my length and stuff like that. So I just feel like, it was a pretty good experience, and, yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned all those schools. Talk about your fall. Just getting up to some game days. I mean, is there some places you want to go check out some game day atmospheres at this fall?
Would you say like the ones that have off, like the colleges that have off to me, or the ones that?
Or the ones that are showing you interest too.
West Virginia, I would most definitely visit West Virginia. That would be the first college, because, I watched them on, like, it's just the atmosphere, and I watched them on YouTube earlier today, and I was kind of like, the atmosphere is like mind blowing. Like, imagine running through the tunnel, and you see, one section blue, one section yellow, and then the fireworks. It just makes you feel home, and it makes you feel like you were pumped up, ready to play.
Yeah.
So I just feel like the atmosphere at West Virginia through the roof. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned, obviously you're a tall corner.
Yes,
what do coaches like about your skill set and everything? What's kind of the consensus?
They just love, I would say, from the coaches that have told me and my recruiter, they have told me that they love how I fluctuate with my hips, and obviously the frame, the 6'5" frame at DB, but my hips, the way I like accelerate through my brakes, the way I backpedal right, and just the high point. Like, short DBs, they high point, but they can't really jump as high, as me to get the ball and get a pick and et cetera. And then I have a long wingspan.
Yeah.
So I love my frame as well, so because it gives me more exposure, and it just, it allows me to do what I need to do. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good, Omari. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.